No. To travel. Mm, 20 minutes. So we still got about 5 minutes before we go.
Ty got his third foul or fourth foul, like 30 seconds into the third quarter. They took him out. We were down 11. By the time the quarter ended, we were up 12.
Yeah,
we outscored him in the quarter 22-8.
You wouldn't think with him on the bench.
Exactly. No, you wouldn't think. They got two of the 5A schools in the tournament, and they've never gone 1 and 2.
Yeah. Well, Rocky Mountain is just—they're tough for anybody.
Yeah.
And then they lost. Let's see. They lost to Rocky and lost to Cuna.
Yeah, and then they beat Capital.
And they beat Capital.
Ready?
Zach, our cameraman.
Camera crew.
Don't get excited, Zach. You forget.
I'll take my $20 back if he does.
There were a lot of years when I first moved up here in 2010. We could never beat Century. We just couldn't get over the hump.
Yeah.
Got so sick of losing to them and letting them go to state.
They've won 26 of the 40 games played since 2006.
And there was period of time where we had a 3-team district with us, Pokey, and Century. We'd play them 4 or 5 times a year. Like we could never get it when it mattered. But we got them the last 3 years. So. All right. Braden Parker's here. Braden's up there. I saw Wadsworth. I thought Wadsworth was here sitting with the coaches of the JV team. If we could suit him up one more time.
This is the Preston Indians pregame show. Coming up, we'll take a look at tonight's game. We'll hear from the coach and look at the pregame stats all leading up to tonight's action. You're listening to live coverage of the Preston Indians on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
And a very pleasant good evening, everyone, as we welcome you inside Preston Gym for what should be a very interesting night of basketball as the 4A bracket, the 3 seed and the 4 seed meet here in Preston tonight as the 3 seed, the Preston Indians, play host to the 4 seed, the Century Diamondbacks. Joined on the broadcast again here, as always, here on the home games by Lyle Fuller. This is going to be a great contest.
Yeah, Century, made it to state last year out of the old district and did well at state, won 2 ball games there, brought most of that team back, and they're one of those teams that if we want to make it to state this year, Century is one of those teams that may stand in our way. They're one of the top teams in the state in 4A, as you referenced, and one of the top teams in our district. So we really need to get this one at home against the Diamondbacks. You got to protect that home floor.
For Preston, and coming off a 10-point win at Burley earlier this week, extended their winning streak. They're now 9-1 on the year. And to come home and get to enjoy some more of that good home cooking in what really becomes a very important district game.
Yeah, the last time the Indians were here, we were playing in our classic tournament, 3 great wins, and then went up to Burley the other night and started slow. Boy, struggled out of the gate.
Yes, they did.
Rallied and came out with a nice win there at Burley, and now you've got a new test. This Century team has got length and athletic ability. They've got good shooters. There's a reason Century's ranked where they are in the top 5 in the state.
The interesting thing is for Century is this will be the 4th game in a row they'll actually play on this floor. The 3 games in the tournament, they've been off since then, and they get to come back and play here again tonight.
Yeah, and I don't know how they feel about it. I mean, it's great for us, but they came down and played in that Preston Classic and showed pretty well in that Classic. Suffered their first losses of the season, in fact, down here on this floor, and they'll be looking to bounce back. They haven't played a game since that Classic tournament last weekend.
We're talking about home cooking for the Preston Indians back here on their home floor. They've won all their home games so far this year, including all those games in the tournament. And you add all those up, and they've now won 65 of the last 90 games played here at home.
Yeah, I know Coach Jones talks about this all the time, but you've got to protect the home floor if you want to get that seeding you want to be in the come district tournament time where they give you the home court advantage if you're the higher seed, and that is meaningful in high school basketball. Teams tend to play better at home, and it can help you out and get you to state.
For Century, they come in 6-2. As you mentioned, their 2 losses they had in the tournament. Their only 2 losses so far of the year, and they ended up going 1-2 overall in the tournament as they lost their opening round game to Rocky Mountain. But as you said before we went on the air, Rocky Mountain's tough for anybody.
Yeah, no shame in losing to Rocky. They are extremely long and athletic, and maybe the favorite to win it all at the 5A level in Idaho. So, Century dropped a tough one there, but then they had a chance to come back. They played Kuna out of the Boise area. Cuna's getting some votes in the top 5 in the latest polls. They're a good team. They dropped that one to Kuna.
Right.
And then in the last day of the tournament, I believe they played Capital, another Boise area team, but a 5A team that Preston beat in the tournament in the Classic. And then Century also managed to get past Capital on Saturday.
Yeah, exactly. So Century beat Capital 47-40, and that's both 7 days ago, and that was the last game that they had played. All time between these two teams, Preston's won 4 in a row against Century. It's 6 of the last 8. But going back to 2006, Century has won 26 of 40 games played head-to-head against the Preston Indians. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll spend a few minutes with Coach Tyler Jones. We'll do all that as we continue on the pregame show right after this on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that $20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search KASASA.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, federally insured by the NCUA.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Behind every project is a True Value. At Stokes Market and True Value in Preston, whether you need hardware, dog food, tools, batteries, plumbing supplies, paint, or cleaning products, you'll find them all. Plus a whole lot more at Stokes Market and True Value. With a large inventory, you'll find all the big name brands you trust and low prices every time you visit. So whether you're just starting or you're in the middle of a project, stop in today and visit our friendly, knowledgeable staff. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
Welcome back to the Indians pregame show. Spent a couple of minutes with Tyler Jones before this game against Century coming up tonight. This ought to be an interesting game, a 3-seed against a 4-seed.
Yeah, right now, we're both right up in the hunt. You got Twin Falls and Minico who are undefeated on the season, and then, us and Century are right there ranked 3rd and 4th right now. So, yeah, a big game. We have one conference loss. They don't have any yet. So it's a game we really need, especially at home tonight.
For folks who came out to the basketball tournament last weekend, they had a really good opportunity to see Century, just as you did. Any real surprises what you've seen out of them in the past?
No, they're a very scrappy team. They play hard. I think their strength is their defense. They're really physical, and they really defend well. And then they have some pieces back. Last year they made it to state, and they were the 4th place team. And they have Harwell, who's been there for 4 years, and then the Rogers kid, their big kid, are their 2 guys that played a lot last year, and they're 2 of the better players in our conference. So we're going to have our hands full. With defense being their strength, it kind of puts their premium on the Indians getting off to a faster start. Yeah, we got to get off to a much better start than we did the other night for sure, and I think tempo will be a key tonight. I think they want to slow it down, get in the half court, and we want to get out and try to get some easy buckets. So we got to push the tempo when we can, and then we also have to execute better in the half court. Looking forward to this break coming up here for about a week. Yeah, we don't get much of one, but yeah, we've played a lot of games here in December. Been a busy month, and if we could get this one tonight, it would put us in a good spot, going into Christmas. Good luck tonight. Hey, thank you. Tyler Jones, our pregame guest. Take a time out. Back with more after this on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
As the seasons change, it's a good time to take a close look at your car and truck tires. Check the tread and look for signs of uneven wear. If you have a question, stop by Ron Keller Tire and have one of the tire experts take a look. If you need new tires to get you safely through, they'll help you select the right tires for your vehicle and driving style. With a huge inventory from several manufacturers, Ron Keller Tire can care for your tire needs at a price that's right. You can trust all your tire needs to Ron Keller Tire in Preston and North Logan.
If you're doing some cleanup work around the yard, the house, the garage, or the farm, remember, you can turn scrap metal into cash when you take that metal to Idaho Salvage and Metal in Preston. They pay top dollar for aluminum cans, aluminum window and door frames, brass and steel. They take junk cars and trucks, farm equipment, and industrial gear. So rather than taking that stuff to the landfill, park it on the scales at Idaho Salvage and Metal on West Oneida in Preston.
As one of the region's most visited websites, MyLocalRadio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on MyLocalRadio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit MyLocalRadio.com today to stream it all live.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric. It's what we do.
Well, we welcome you back here to Preston Gym, the Indians and the Century Diamondbacks coming up in just a couple of minutes. Interested in what you thought, your feelings about what Coach Jones had to say as far as this Century team. I mean, you've seen them quite a few times over the years that you've been here in Preston, and they're tough on defense, but he thinks he might be able to get out and run them on a little bit.
Yeah, you know, Coach Frost has been here about 2 years, I think, at Century, and he's really instilled that. When he came in, the program was struggling. They barely won 2 or 3 games the year before, and then saw a big turnaround immediately because of that defensive pressure and intensity, playing together as a team, all those sorts of things. So, yeah, I expect to see that out of Century, and I do think if we can run, and that's really, you know, the Burley game. As I watched that one, Dan, over the internet there through mylocalradio.com.
Yeah. Thank you for the plug.
It looked like where it turned around for Preston was in that third quarter when we were able to get out and run.
Right, yeah, exactly.
And so, you know, our Indians like to run. They like to get up and down. And if we can do that early, I think it'll be in good shape for us because, you know, Century's, you know, they've been off for a week almost, 6 days. Maybe come out a little flat, maybe miss a few shots. If we can jump on them early, that'll be great.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how Century does react to that time off because after tonight, Preston has the exact same thing. They have a week off as well.
Yeah, and over the Christmas holiday too, so probably not going to practice as much, and it's hard to be as sharp when you don't practice every day. But yeah, this Century team, the Rogers kid inside, he's a legitimate 6'7". He played well at State last year. Kind of had his coming out party at State, if you want to put it that way, and he can shoot threes and as well as block shots and be a defensive presence for him.
Well, it should be an interesting contest. The number 3 seed in the 4A division in the state, the Preston Indians, going up against the 4 seed, the Century Diamondbacks. And tonight's game is brought to you in part by Advantage Plus. They have what you need for all of your financial needs, whether it's mobile banking, free rewards banking, auto or RV loans. Advantage Plus has what you need. With 60 years of tradition, Advantage Plus is here to serve you with the services that you need and want. Stop by today and see them for yourself at 311 South Highway 91 right here in Preston. Member NCUA, equal housing lender. We'll come back, starting lineups in the opening tap just around the corner right after this on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and MyLocalRadio.com.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
Last play of the game, folks.
And the snap, drops back. Whoa, changes mind. Down the sideline. The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Casasa! Unbelievable! Did Did you see that? Kasasa!
Not to be a buzzkill, but what's Kasasa?
We're glad you asked that. Kasasa. It's a catchy word for earning cash. Free Kasasa checking rewards you in cash each month.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCU.
When it comes to major surgery, think small. Small town, that is. At Franklin County Medical Center, the surgical capabilities are anything but small. Partnered with the top surgeons and specialists in the region to provide advanced care to those living in southeastern Idaho. Whether it's cataract surgery, women's surgery, gallbladder removal, trauma, even a full hip or knee replacement, they have you covered. And now they're among the few hospitals in southeastern Idaho able to remove kidney stones. See just how big the surgical capabilities really are. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
If you're in the empty nester stage of life, preparing for retirement, or considering downsizing, let me suggest you consider Blue Sage Park as your new home.
This all-new community for over 55 active adults is now under construction by Ralph's Construction, the builders of many fine custom homes in Franklin County. That same quality is going into the new homes at Blue Sage Park.
Choose from 3 plans, each with over 1,400 square feet of living space on one level with a 2 or 3 car garage, 2 bedrooms, and lots of special features. These beautiful new 2-bedroom homes include large marble showers, vaulted ceilings, gas fireplaces, a park and green space for family fun, and large closets with custom organizers. Larry and Cody Ralphs are building this community for the over 55 age group with no steps, no maintenance, and a beautiful home that you own.
The first model is nearing completion, and you'll soon be able to see it for yourself. Blue Sage Park, now being built for your future at 3rd East and 3rd North in Preston.
This is Preston Indians basketball. All the excitement of the best basketball action in Idaho is just ahead. Tonight's game is brought to you by Lewiston State Bank, Franklin County Medical Center, My Local Radio, West Motors, Stokes Market True Value, S&T Electric, Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, Idaho Salvage, Webb Funeral Home, Ron Keller Tire, Valley Implement, and Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Tonight's game is a presentation of Preston Broadcasting LLC and is intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any use of the descriptions or accounts of this game without the express written consent of Preston Broadcasting LLC is strictly prohibited. As we welcome you into Preston Gym, it's time for Preston Indians basketball tonight as the Century Diamondbacks are here, as this will be a very interesting contest indeed. Lyle Fuller joining me on the broadcast. You ready to get this one underway?
Yeah, I'm ready for some.
Well, we'll get a start. He's a 6-foot junior. Cody Smoot, a 5'10 junior, will start, as will Andrew Guntner. Guntner is a 6'4 junior. Carson Zink, 6'3 junior, and then Max Rogers, a 6'7 senior. So along the bottom line, they have pretty good size.
Yeah, Preston fans will remember Harwell's older brother, Malik Harwell, who is the Idaho 4A Player of the Year, now on scholarship with Boise State.
Wow. Yeah, that sounds like somebody be hard to forget. Here we go, the starting lineup for the Preston Indians. Cooper Hobson, who led the team in scoring at Burley the other night with 18. He's a 6'4 junior transfer from over at Westside. Scott Dunn will also start. He's a 6'2 junior. Luke Smaley will run the offense. He's a 6'2 junior as well. The only senior in the starting lineup is Riley Parker, she is 6'3. And the big man in the middle, Ty Hyde, 6'6", and a junior. He will get the start tonight. Big key for Preston is Ty has to stay out of foul trouble. That's why the running game was so effective in the third quarter at Burley's, because Ty spent almost the entire quarter on the bench.
Right, and we're definitely a better team with him out there, but it was interesting that he went out and then Preston ran and jumped back into that ball game. But with Ty tonight, Rogers is tall and long, but Ty's faced those guys all season and shouldn't be fazed by that. He'll have a little bit of a bulk or strength advantage probably on Rogers down in that low post. Dan, I got a couple scores from the JV and the freshmen. Our JV lost 60-52. Our freshmen won 58-22. So big win for the freshman squad. The C team, I guess we're calling it this year.
There we go. So the Preston Indians 9-1. They've won 6 straight as they'll go up against the Century Diamondbacks. They are 6-2 on the year. So Ty Hyde will jump. Preston in their white uniforms trimmed in blue and silver. And it'll be Max Rogers, the 6'7 senior, to jump here for the Diamondbacks. It's controlled by Rogers, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds, and it's going to go to who?
Well, the referees are each pointing a different way.
Got 3 referees all lobbying in different directions.
Mike Cardona points the other way and says, well, we're going to give this ball to Century.
So we'll go to Century, and they'll start it off here in the half-court offense. Give it into Harwell. Swinging around to the left side. Go down in the corner to Guttner. In the middle, driving. Tap no good. Second tap no good as well. Rebound comes off to Hyde on the shot. Missed by Rogers.
Smaley looking to push there. Now he pulls it back out.
Defenders were back, so Smaley sets the offense up as he dribbles against Harwell. On the right side, now back out top. Swing it to the left side to Dunn. Looks at a 3. It's going to be just a hair short. Rebound taken down out of the air by Zink. Gives it to Harwell. Pushes back up in the front court. 3-pointer from the far side is short. That shot put up by Gantner. And the rebound comes off to Hobson and gets it up in the front court. Smaley has a look at a 3 and banks it in.
Banked it in. There we go.
They count the same.
Yeah, we won't give those 3 back.
Preston tickles the twine first. It's 3-0 Indians. As they'll come out and they'll meet the ball at the timeline as Harwell will dribble it there. Now they'll start to drop back as Harwell lets the offense kind of set up. Looks over to Zink. Over now free throw line extended right as it goes to Gentner. Back out top to Rogers, top of the key. Comes back over here on the near side to Smoot. Back out top to Rogers again. Back to Smoot. Goes between his legs, comes back to Rogers, looks at a 3, and he hits it.
Hits it. Indians starting out the man-to-man, Dan, and Riley Parker on Rogers. He gives up 4 inches, but it'll help Ty stay out of foul trouble to have Riley guarding Rogers here.
Here goes Smaley, gives it off. Nice pass, layup underneath by Riley Parker. 5-3 Indians on top here early on. Back here on the right side, now swinging all the way back left. Driving is Zink, steps inside the arc, can't get the shot to go down. Hobson has the rebound, he'll push back up into the front court. Goes down into the right corner and lost it out of bounds. And it should stay. Well, they're going to give it back to Preston. I thought it was going to go back over to Century.
Good, strong, two-handed rebound there by Cooper. He's going to have to rebound against this tall front line of Century.
Got 2 minutes into the game, just over that much. Preston with an early lead. Down low goes to Hyde. He gets the soft touch and gets it to roll in.
That's that little baseline flex screen the Indians like to run. Gets Ty open there.
Preston with a 7-3 lead. 5:30 to play in the half. Ball comes to Harwell after it was deflected down low to Rogers. Rogers has all 5 points tonight so far here for the Diamondbacks, and it's 7-5. Down low, back to Hyde on the left block. Looks in the corner, fakes the pass, now turns, wants to go up, and he's fouled.
Ooh. Rogers had a lot of ball on the initial contact, but then I think he fouled Ty after that initial grab.
Max Rogers draws the foul. That's his first team, and it's going to send Hyde to the foul line to shoot 2 here early on.
Century did not double when Ty got the ball in the low post. He can work that if they're not going to double him.
Ty makes the first. Smaley comes in to say something to the offense, or say something, I should say, to Hobson about getting into the corner as far as on the offensive set. Ty misses the second. Rebound is loose and taken away by Century. Up into the front court, they get it to Harwell. Harwell swing it all the way back over to the far side again, back to Kyle Smoot. Back out top, Gantner looks at a 3. Good.
Got it.
Andrew Guttner with his first 3 points of the game, and we're tied at 8. 4:45 to play here in the first quarter. Smaley drives, hangs, can't get it to go down. Hyde with the rebound, put back basket.
Even though that didn't go, Dan, I like the strong, aggressive move by Luke to get to the rim, get that ball up there.
That's something that Luke hasn't shown. He's been perfectly happy just running the offense, and Coach Jones wants to see more out of him.
Yep.
They drop it out of bounds. The ball's going to go back over to Preston. So it's Garrett Ward into the game. Riley Parker goes to the bench. That's the usual rotation for the Indians. Back out top to Ward, swing it back to Smaley. Oh, nice move, drives around his man, challenges down low. Hyde with the rebound, puts it back in again.
Same play we just saw, this time on the left side of the hoop. Smaley drives, Hyde cleans it up.
Harwell drives over Hyde and gets it to go down. Had to go high off the glass to get it over Ty Hyde's outstretched arm.
Yeah, tough shot by Harwell, but it goes.
Swing it down in the corner. Hobson looks inside, nothing there, comes back out. Now they get it inside to him. Layup, that's no good. Rebound comes off to Rogers. They can't run as the Indians are back in greater numbers, so Harwell will jog the dribble back across the timeline.
Yeah, got the shot we wanted there, just didn't fall. Indians now drop into a zone.
And they drop into a 2-3 zone as it comes to Zink. Just daring him to shoot over the top. He doesn't. Tries to put the ball on the floor. Now wants to drive down the middle. Kick it back out to Harwell. He'll take a three. That's too long. Inside position for Rogers. Able to put it back in. He has 7. We're tied at 12 with 3:10 to play here in the first quarter. Hobson hasn't taken a shot yet so far tonight. Back to Ward. Swing it back to Dunn. Back down low on the block. It goes back to Hyde. Ty turns inside, drop step, and he travels.
They got him lifting the pivot foot, I think, on that. But it's a move that he's done a lot and not been called for traveling on, but they got him that time.
Titan Fleshman, a 6'4 sophomore, comes in to replace Rogers as he goes to the bench. So they don't really lose much height-wise. And as Harwell tries to go down the sideline, that'll be a blocking foul against Smaley. That'll be his first.
Yeah, Luke trying to cut him off on the sideline there, but couldn't quite close the gap.
So here's Ethan Burke just into the game, number 11 in purple for the Diamondbacks. Nice move inside as Flashman with the easy layup.
Yeah, Diamondbacks broke the pressure that time, come up with a layup right at the rim.
Ty had to leave. Ty had to leave his position and go out and challenge the shooter, and Flashman was wide open, standing underneath the basket.
Yeah, Fleischman. I could have swore they listed him at 6'5" last year as a freshman. Maybe he shrunk an inch, but 6'4" this year.
Maybe they're just being a little over generous.
Yeah.
2.5 to play here in the quarter. Diamondbacks lead 14-12. Flashman comes out to the elbow, knocked away. 2-on-1 for the Indians. Ahead it goes to Ward. Ward driving, and a block from behind and a foul from behind. The referee standing right underneath the basket didn't call it. It was the trailing referee who called the foul, and it goes on Andrew Gantner.
Yeah, where Gantner was trailing Garrett, it makes sense that the trailing referee would see the body contact. Well, Garrett will get a trip to the line.
He'll shoot 2, and the first one is good. Smoot comes back in. Max Rogers comes back in as well. Gantner leaves. Flashman stays on the floor, so they're going to go big here against the
lane violation
against the Indians. Boy,
he made it anyways.
He almost fell in.
Yeah.
As Ward makes them both, he has his first 2 points of the game. We're tied again at 14. Back over to Burke on the left side. Bounce pass to Harwell. Free throw line extended left. Burke comes across the top of the key, gives it back to Smoot, just back into the game. Harwell down on the baseline to Flashman, drives, goes around Hyde, shot no good. Put back, the rebound is good by Max Rogers.
Yep, got to get a body on Rogers. He's tall at 6'7", long.
Back to a 2-point lead again for Century. As Smaley comes out, now gets it back to Hobson.
Hobson yet to attempt a field goal too.
Hyde in the paint, kick it back out. Ward drives the baseline. Dunn in the left corner for 3, short. Nice rebound inside by Smaley. Goes back to Ward, and he's fouled again.
Yeah, I didn't see much contact, but they're going to get Fleischman.
That's going to go, that's going to go against Flashman. So each of the big men now with 1 foul each. 3 fouls against the Century team. Only 1 team foul against the Indians so far. And Ward's going back to the free throw line to shoot 2 more. First one is good.
Coach Frost having a long conversation with the referee about what happened there. Garrett hits the first.
Andrew Guttner back into the game as Ward goes back to the free throw line. He's made 4 in a row, and he has 4 points overall. So back to tied again at 16 as the ball up into the front court. Bad pass. They tried to get it to Smoot, but Smoot was coming back toward the timeline. The pass was behind him.
Yeah, Indians have a chance here to take a lead.
120 to play in the quarter. As Luke Schmaley will bring it up. Looks into the corner, can't get it there. Hobson lines up a 3 for his first shot tonight, is no good. Rebound inside to Ward. Nice play, gives it to Schmaley. Schmaley in the left corner.
Needs help.
And traveled.
Yeah. They didn't get any help over there fast enough for him.
Good defense by Harwell. He got Schmaley off balance and just kept trying to back him up. 1:06 to play here in the quarter.
The Indians will bring full court pressure.
They show full court for the first time tonight. Smoot up into the front, 47 feet as it goes to Rogers. Back to Harwell. Harwell wants to drive from along the right baseline. Good.
Yeah. Harwell loves that mid-range jump shot. That's his specialty.
45 seconds on the clock as the ball comes back across the midcourt stripe for the Indians. They double team the ball. Now Schmaley will drive. He'll pull it back out. Left corner it goes to Dunn. Back out to Schmaley. Now back to Dunn again. Another look at a 3. Good.
There we go.
He missed from there a minute ago, but he made that one.
Yeah, Scott reset his feet and got that baseline 3 lined up. Knocks it down.
Indians by a point, 19-18, 17 seconds to play in the quarter. Harwell will hold for the last shot. It comes to Smoot, back to Harwell. Harwell looks down the left side with 8 seconds to play, and he's standing out of bounds. The pass was to Gantner, but he had his foot on the baseline, and Garrett Ward's dad is sitting right there and immediately pointed at it.
Little help there. Yeah, so the Indians have got almost 8 seconds to try to get a shot up. They have to go about 80 feet to the basket.
Hudson Williams, number 3 in the dark jerseys, into the game here for the Diamondbacks. They get it to Hyde. Hyde up in the front court to Hobson. Pulls up, can't get a shot. 2, 1, Schmaley shoots.
Nope.
Boy, it looked like it was fouled, but they don't call it. And that's the way the quarter ends as Preston leads by 1 after the first quarter here tonight. It's 19-18 as we'll go to the second on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
It's refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Do you like earning interest on your money? If so, Lewiston State Bank has the account for you. This is Shelley Austin, and I'm here to tell you about our MyRate checking account. It is a free checking account that can earn a high rate of interest on the first $25,000. The rate is even higher than that of most savings accounts. So stop by and visit me at our Tree Mountain branch, or go to our website at ls-bank.com and ask us how you can qualify for this high interest rate on your checking account. Lewiston State Bank, a division of People's Intermountain Bank, member FDIC.
We'll start quarter number 2. Preston leading by a point. Ball belongs to the Indians out at the midcourt stripe. Schmaley dribbles against Harwell. Down in the corner, it goes down to Hobson, who missed his only shot in the first quarter that he took so far tonight.
Yeah, Cooper, probably our overall leading scorer coming in to this game. Only 1 shot that he missed there.
Really need to get him to get more shots and get acclimated into the game quicker than that. Long pass to get the ball inbounds comes to Ward in the backcourt. Inby hands it to Schmaley. Smaley looks down the right side. Hobson runs the baseline. Ball tapped out of bounds and stay with the Indians.
Yeah, Century overplaying the passing lanes. They know that we want to get Hobson going, and they're trying to keep the ball out of his hands.
Garrett Ward brings it in from the far sideline, looks inside. Now he'll bring it back out top as it comes to Smaley. Coach Jones says we'll run play with number 1 up as he holds up the one finger as it comes to Tyler Jones into the game. Hyde can't get the pass. Back to Smaley, tried to penetrate, dribble it off his foot, and goes back to get it. Now has control of it again, back to Ward. Down low as it goes to Hyde. Back out top. There's the 3 for Hobson. Needs a bounce, won't get it. And
not a bad shot.
Century's down a point. First minute into the second quarter. As a rebound taken down by Tyler Parker.
Yeah, good strong rebound by Tyler.
Ward tries to go up, has his shot blocked by Rogers and out of bounds. We've seen that a few times this year.
Yeah. I like the attack on the basket, but Rogers just too tall and too long there on that one.
Smaley goes to Hyde. Tyler can't get a shot, kicks it back out as it goes back to Ward. Now back out top, back to Smaley. Smaley again dribbles it off his foot, trying to squeeze through a crowd. Ward looks at a 3. Good.
Ooh, nicely done.
Ward's got 7 here in the first half, and Preston goes up by 4.
Yeah, great minutes here for Garrett in the first half.
Free throw line. Zink turns, can't get a shot. Smoot from the far corner. Oh, inside position for Rogers. Gets the rebound, puts it back up, but he's fouled. He'll go to the free throw line to shoot a pair.
Yeah, four Preston guys standing around the basket, and somehow Rogers, the one purple jersey, grabs that rebound.
Foul's going to go against Hobson, his second against Preston as a team, and Rogers will shoot 2, and he makes the first. Scott Dunn back in. Garrett Ward will leave.
Yeah, we'll have to really rebound as a team now, Dan, with Hyde on the bench. Just like right there.
Exactly. That's going to be out of bounds off of Riley Parker just into the game.
Yeah, it looked like Century was over the back there. 6'4" Gunter going over 6'1" Tyler Parker's back, but we don't get the call.
Harwell will bring it in at the baseline underneath his own basket. Kind of a double team stack inside. Now they bring it down there as it goes to Zink. Turns into paint.
Good defense.
Good defense inside by Parker. Tap the ball away. Indians bring it back up into the front court. They'll set up the offense as the defenders are back. As it comes to Smaley. Smaley to Dunn. Free throw line extended left. Back out top to Tyler Parker. Right side it goes to Hobson. Back out top to Smaley again. Smaley will back the ball out. Let the offense run through its cycle. Comes around the screen, set by Tyler Parker. Down underneath, reverse layup, blocked. Back to Parker in the paint, short. Parker had the rebound, kicked it off to Hobson, and Hobson's fouled.
Yeah, Smaley got all the way to the rim on the reverse, but Rogers, met him there at the apex.
Gutner on the foul, that's his second. That's 4 team fouls now in the half against the Diamondbacks as well. And Cooper Hobson's going to go to the line as he makes the first.
We'll see if that breaks the seal for Cooper, maybe gets him going from the field as well.
So Hobson back up to the line. We'll try the second. And he made them both. Ty Hyde's going to come back into the game, as it'll be Tyler Parker coming back to the bench, as he's in there just long enough to get Ty just a couple of minutes off his feet. Good pressure in the backcourt by the Indians. They get it to Harwell, and now give it back over here as it comes to Burke. It's up to the timeline.
About 10 seconds.
Here we go. Straddling the timeline as well. Back to Hobson, lay it up and in left-handed. Hobson with a quick 4 points. The Indians up by 7. 5:10 to play in the half.
Good pressure again. There we go.
Last 2 times that full court pressure has been turned up, and this time it produces a turnover.
Yeah, Hobson at 6'4", he can give those perimeter guys trouble on that full court press.
Well, Smaley takes it down the right side of the key, stops, free throw line extended, inside to Hyde, gets away from his man and lays it in.
Yeah.
Ty has 9.
Rogers thought he had help. Ty just laid that one up and in.
Ty has 9. The Indians lead by 9, 28-19. 4:45 to play here in the half. Cody Smoot looks down along the corner, goes down in the corner, into the corner to Rogers. As
bang knees, it looks like.
He ran into Ty Hyde.
Yeah. Well, that hurts when you bang those knees together.
That's the first on Ty.
Yeah, it looks like he could have maybe shaped up and taken a charge there, but he thought Rogers was going baseline. Rogers instead went to his weak hand towards the middle.
It's 3 fouls on Ty. Inside it goes to Rogers, and he's fouled.
Who are they going to get here? Riley Parker, I think.
That's 4 team fouls against the Indians. Riley Parker will draw his first. So Max Rogers is going to go to the line. First one is too long.
Yeah, Rogers has 10 of the Diamondbacks' 19, so he has been their offensive engine thus far.
Tries the second. This one will roll in. He's made 3 out of 4. And now the Diamondbacks show a full court press here with after the made free throw. Comes over to Smaley. Smaley, long pass to Parker up in the front court. Dunn in the corner. Back. Now it ends up in the hands of Hyde. Hyde bangs into a man and draws the foul with the contact. He's going to go to the line to shoot too, as that one would not go down for him. As that's going to be on Carson Zink. That's his first.
Yeah, Zink's the one who got hit in the mouth. He says, I got a foul and a shot in the chops. Didn't seem like a very fair trio.
He did. You got Ty Hyde's shoulder right in the mush. First one for Ty is good. 29-20. 4:24 to play here in the half. Dan Hubbard along with Lyle Fuller with you tonight from Preston Gym. The Indians and the Century Diamondbacks, the 3rd and 4th ranked teams in the state going at it tonight. As Ty makes them both.
Good touch by Ty to roll that one in.
10-point lead for the Indians. Full court pressure again. Get it up into the front court. In the middle it goes to Burke. Throws it high off the glass. That won't go down. Smaley has the rebound. Quickly coming back, but the defenders are back for the Diamondbacks. So Luke will pull it back out. Back to Hobson for 3. Can't get it to go down. Inside rebound for Riley. Puts it back up and in.
Riley Parker working really hard on that box out. Great job by Riley. Using his size, his bulk, his strength.
Harwell tries to draw the contact as he doesn't shoot. Back down along the baseline, back to Rogers. Flashman has it in the paint, goes up on Hyde, foul on Hyde.
Boy, wow. Not much of a foul there.
That'll be 2 on Ty. I think that's mainly because he didn't have his hands all the way up, taking verticality. He was right here with his hands near his shoulders, and that was where the contact happened.
Yeah, it makes it easy on the refs to call that on you, like you said, Dan. We don't have those hands straight up. So we'll see Rhett Robertson in the game here.
First one for Flashman was no good. Shogard, where's number 0? Second one for Flashman is good. Comes to Hobson. 3:35 to play in the half. 32-21, Preston on top. To Dunn. Looks inside. Can't find anybody, so he'll drive himself on Rogers, and it's blocked out of bounds. That's block number 2.
Yeah, Rogers is protecting the rim there. Again, good aggressive move. If you can get into the body of the shot blocker, though, you have a lot better chance.
Comes back to Dunn, driving again. Nobody there this time. Too strong, and Rogers has the rebound. Rogers will give it up back to Harwell. In the corner, Smoot looks at a 3. Good. Cody Smoot with his first 3 points of the game. Chops the lead down to 8, 32-24. 3:05 to play.
Yeah, Smoot had his feet set, was waiting on that one.
Smaley back in the left corner to Hobson. as coming back out to meet the ball, Rhett Robertson into the game for the first time as Ty Hyde goes to the bench with his 2 fouls. Smaley dribbles through a crowd, tries to get it back to Robertson through his hands and out of bounds.
Yeah, good idea, nice idea. Rhett just couldn't find the handle there.
Rhett, along with Gordon Cooper and Gabe Hammonds, got some run with the JV team.
Gordon Knapp,
Gordon Knapp, I should say.
Yep.
Shot no good by Smoot, tapped high in the air. Smiley up high to get it at its highest point. As again, it goes to Hobson, laid up and in.
That was a beautiful layup by Hobson.
Got out and ran the floor, and Smiley got the ball to him. 10-point lead again, 34-24 for Preston. Harwell back down, right through the hands of Flashman.
Yeah, dodged the bullet there. Flashman had an easy layup as he caught the ball.
Flashman, like his name would suggest, looked like he had margarine all over his fingers.
Right. Yeah, he couldn't get a grip there.
Dunn gets it from Copson, now back out top to Robertson. Smiley has it poked out of his hands momentarily, able to get it back, and gets it over to Hobson. Good quick hands by Deshaun Harwell.
Yeah.
Comes back out top to Dunn. Back to Hobson. Now back to Dunn, free throw line extended left. Riley Parker has it, a 3 from straight away. No good, but a whistle underneath. And that's going to go against the Indians.
Who do they even get? Well, they got Cooper Hobson.
They got Hobson, I guess. That's going to be 2 on Cooper. And 5 now on both teams as far as team fouls are concerned. So Hobson's going to go to the bench.
Yeah, with Hobson and Hyde both on the bench, we got to get a lot of movement on offense to generate some shots.
Garrett Ward comes back in to replace Hobson. Zink, Harwell, swing it around, it goes back over to Shogard. Shogard will pull the ball back out, looks to get it back over on the left side. Nope, he'll come over this way to Harwell. Harwell hangs from the right side, no good. And again, another good rebound inside by Dunn with good position. He pushes quickly up into the front court. Defenders are back, so they'll set up the offense. As Smiley gets the ball back out top, 1:10 to play in the half. 10-point lead for Preston. Down in the corner, it goes to Dunn. Down low, Riley can't get a shot because he's behind the backboard. Rogers able to pick up the garbage, gets it to Harwell, lay it up and in. Harwell has 6, cuts the lead back down to 8 again. We're 50 seconds left here in the first half.
Yeah, let's see where we can get some points here with Hyde and Hobson on the bench.
Goes around Rogers, pulls it up, doesn't take it. Riley Parker again looks at a 3 and makes this one from straight away.
Missed one from there about a minute ago, hits that one. Good shot, Riley.
Riley has 7 here in the first half. 37-26, Preston leads by 11. Looks at the top to Rogers, can't get it there. They go back to Zink. Back in the corner, it goes to Shogard again. Shogard gets it down to Rogers. He traveled, no call. High off the glass and gets it to go down. So Rogers with a dozen as almost threw it away. Harwell lurking in the back court, and Riley Parker tried to give it back to Smiley and almost gave it away.
Yeah, just the 16 foul, so no shooting, but Indians will have 10 seconds here to try to get a shot up.
Harwell leaves, Williams back into the game. They have 10, so they'll work for the last shot. 9-point lead for the Indians. Smiley tries to dribble through a double team, taken away by Rogers. Look out. At the buzzer, and that's the way the half ends, with the Indians leading by 7, 37-30. Quite a first half. We'll come back and talk about it after this on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock. Stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today.
Since 1958, when the farmers of Franklin County rolled equipment into the fields for harvest, most of them were rolling on Ron Keller tires because Keller Tire has the right tires for tractors, combines, swathers, bale wagons, and the trucks that haul hay and grain to market or storage facilities. To keep that equipment rolling during the busy harvest season, Ron Keller Tire also has a fleet of service trucks that make repairs in-field to minimize downtime. Best wishes for a safe and productive harvest from Ron Keller Tires in Preston and North Logan.
In business for almost 70 years, Valley Implement has been serving customers with integrity, personalized service, and accountability for generations. Their mission is to contribute to agriculture and the agricultural way of life. When it comes to irrigation, equipment, attachments, parts and service, and precision farming, Valley Implement in Preston is here to work for you. Visit them today, 213 West 8th North, Preston. Valley Implement, all things agriculture.
Do you like earning interest on your money? If so, Lewiston State Bank has the account for you. This is Shelley Austin, and I'm here to tell you about our MyRate checking account. It is a free checking account that can earn a high rate of interest on the first $25,000. The rate is even higher than that of most savings accounts. So stop by and visit me at our Tree Mountain branch, or go to our website at ls-bank.com and ask us how you can qualify for this high interest rate on your checking account. Lewiston State Bank, a division of People's Intermountain Bank, member FDIC.
When you see that big green dinosaur, whether at your favorite gas station or convenience store on the side of a delivery truck, you know quality Sinclair products are available there from Hall Oil Company. Hall Oil is a family-owned and operated business that's been serving folks in Cache Valley since 1947. They're your local fuel and oil broker with a low-price guarantee. Another guarantee that's been really important this winter is that when you fill your fuel tanks with premium winter diesel fuel from Hall Oil, it's guaranteed not to gel even when the temperature drops below zero. It's the no-gel guarantee from Hall Oil Company.
We're not your ordinary grocery store at Stokes Market and True Value in Preston. We see every customer as a friend and a neighbor. Stokes Market and True Value offers a clean, bright, and modern store with the freshest meats, produce, and bakery. In many ways, we're still old-fashioned. We still bake from scratch, and our bakery items are made in store. You'll never see meat with an ingredient list because our meats are all natural and cut in store. Stop in today. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
Welcome back. We are at halftime. You'll see the score there on the screen for those watching on mylocalradio.com. For those listening on the radio, the Indians lead after the first half, 37-30. Lyle Fuller, your impressions of half number one?
Well played game in the first quarter particularly. It was 19-18 Preston, so both teams scored a lot, very few fouls. Slowed down a little bit in the second quarter. Hyde got into some foul trouble. Hobson came out, and we struggled to score a little bit there in the last few minutes of the quarter, but we've got to do a little better job on Rogers, their big guy. He's got 16 of their 30, and it's a little too easy for him right now. We've got to body him up a little better, box him off the boards, make him score from difficult positions. It's harder for him.
Yeah, you got to do a better job on him, but Hyde has 2 and Hobson has 2.
Yeah, our 2 leading scores, 2 is not too bad. 2 is manageable, but if they come out in the start of the third and pick up a quick one, then it's foul trouble time again. But the Indians, you have to like the fact that we went on a run there, built the lead up to about 10.
Right.
They cut it to 7 there with Rogers' dunk right at the end of the half, but. Still, all in all, a good first half for Preston.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Stokes Market True Value, not just an ordinary grocery store here in the city of Preston. They see every customer as a friend and a neighbor. Stokes Market True Value offers a clean, bright, and modern store with the freshest meats, produce, and bakery items. Stop by today. They're at 217 South State Street here in the city of Preston. We'll take a break, come back. Lyle will look at the first half stats as we continue right after this on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
Their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that $20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, federally insured by the NCUA.
If you're doing some cleanup work around the yard, the house, the garage, or the farm, remember, you can turn scrap metal into cash when you take that metal to Idaho Salvage and Metal in Preston. They pay top dollar for aluminum cans, aluminum window and door frames, brass and steel. They take junk cars and trucks, farm equipment, and industrial gear. So rather than taking that stuff to the landfill, park it on the scales at Idaho Salvage and Metal on West Oneida in Preston.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric in Preston, Idaho. It's what we do.
Indians lead 37-30 at the half. And Lyle Fuller has a look at the first half stats for tonight's game.
Yeah, for the Diamondbacks, Dan, I don't keep a lot of close stats, but as we mentioned, Max Rogers was 16 in the first half, and Deshaun Harwell, their other senior, one of their two leading scorers, has 6. For the Indians, Ty Hyde goes 4 for 5 from the field, 3 for 4 for the line, from the line for 11 points. He's got 3 rebounds. Luke Smaley 0 for 4 from the field, had just some tough luck. He did hit a 3, goes 1 for 1 on the threes for 3 points. Scott Dunn 0 for 2 from the field, 1 for 3 on threes for 3 points. Cooper Hobson hit a couple of 2-point field goals, and 0 for 2 on threes and 2 free throws will give Cooper 6 points. Riley Parker, good first half for Riley. Hits 2 for 2 on twos, 1 for 2 on threes, 7 points, some good rebounds, good strong defensive play. Great for Riley. Garrett Ward came in and helped the Indians out in the first half. He hits a 3-pointer and goes 4 for 4 from the line for 7 points for Garrett Ward. So 37 is a good half of basketball score-wise, and we'll see if the Indians can keep the foot on the gas pedal here in half number 2.
We'll see what happens. Take another quick timeout. Second half coming up right after this.
When the farmers of Franklin County rolled equipment into the fields for harvest, most of them were rolling on Ron Keller tires, because Keller Tire has the right tires for tractors, combines, swathers, bale wagons, and the trucks that haul hay and grain to market or storage facilities. To keep that equipment rolling during the busy harvest season, Ron Keller Tire also has a fleet of service trucks that make repairs in-field to minimize downtime. Best wishes for a safe and productive harvest from Ron Keller Tires in Preston and North Logan.
If you're in the empty nester stage of life, preparing for retirement, or considering downsizing, let me suggest you consider Blue Sage Park as your new home.
This all-new community for over 55 active adults is now under construction by Ralph's Construction, the builders of many fine custom homes in Franklin County. That same quality is going into the new homes at Blue Sage Park.
Choose from 3 plans, each with over 1,400 square feet of living space on one level, with a 2 or 3 car garage, 2 bedrooms, and lots of special features. These beautiful new 2-bedroom homes include large marble showers, vaulted ceilings, gas fireplaces, a park and green space for family fun, and large closets with custom organizers. Larry and Cody Ralphs are building this community for the over 55 age group, with no steps, no maintenance, and a beautiful home that you own.
The first model is nearing completion, and you'll soon be able to see it for yourself. Blue Sage Park, now being built for your future at 3rd East and 3rd North in Preston.
Home sweet home. That's where you go for a home-cooked meal, a good night's sleep, and, well, people who just like you for who you are. So if you call Cache Valley home, we hope you'll call West Motor home. Home to Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and of course home to Ram trucks. West Motor Company is home to so many car buyers in this area. It's because they treat you right and give you the best deal they can possibly finagle. Simply put, it feels right at West Motor. WestMotorCompany.com. Welcome home.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated.
Second half just getting underway. Preston leads 37-30. Dan Hubbard along with Lyle Fuller. Glad to have you with us here tonight from Preston Gym. Good first half. Indians with a 7-point advantage as we start half number 2. Indians will go from left to right across your radio dial here in the second half. Harwell bounce pass inside. It goes to Zink, but immediately put it up and in. For Zink, gets his first 2 points of the game and cuts the lead down to 5 right away.
That looked like Ty may have laid off a little bit on the shot block attempt there. Didn't want to pick up that foul.
Go into Hyde against Rogers. Drives. Gets his own rebound. That is no good. Rogers has the tap as he taps it to Smoot. Smoot pushes up into the front court. Looks on the right side, gives it to Harwell, who brings it back across the top of the key, sets up the offense. Back to Harwell again as he gets it back from Guntner.
Here's Century slowing it down like Coach Jones talked about in the opening.
Back to Guntner, right on the left side, back to Harwell. Looks at a 3, good. That's 5 quick points, and they come out and cut the lead down to 2.
Yeah, if they score one more before we do, I think we'll see a timeout.
37-35. Goes back to Hobson right in front of the bench, down low on the block to Hyde. Hyde gets whacked a couple of different times. Now the ball forced out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Indians.
Yeah, Rogers' length is bothering him a little bit, but still I think Ty was fouled. No call there.
Smalley looking to bring it in, gets it in deep to Hobson out near the timeline, and hands it back to Luke.
Got Rogers and Hyde really battling in that low post.
Be interesting to see.
Now they're going to get Ty. Yeah, they get Ty with a grab, the reach around.
That's 3 on Ty.
He just smiles. They could have called something on Rogers 3 times down that trip.
Yeah, but they didn't, and that's exactly what Rogers was trying to do. He was trying to bait Ty into getting his 3rd foul.
Yeah.
So the ball back over to Century. Indians holding on to a 2-point lead, 37-30, a minute and a half into quarter number 3. Harwell comes around a little bit of a screen, back down in the corner as it goes there to Guntner. The 3-pointer there by Zink is short. Rebound to Riley, to Smalley, quickly up into the front court to Hobson. He drives, hangs in the paint, needs a bounce, won't get it. Rogers has the rebound.
I like that shot, just wouldn't fall.
Zink along the baseline, runs into a man, charging. That's 2 on Zink.
Riley Parker there giving up his body as Zink barrels into him.
Zink with that little spin move, he had no idea where the defender was and just went with his shoulder right directly into Parker's chest.
Oh, good
nice
pass.
Nice backdoor move by Hobson for the layup.
Riley Parker with the assist from the free throw line to a cutting Cooper Hobson.
Guntner, Smoot, now back to Guntner. Zink, corner to Rogers for 3, no good. Hobson up high, pulls down the board. Howell got a hand on the outlet pass, but it goes right back to Hobson and eventually ends up in the hands of Smalley up into the front court. 5:20 to play here in the 3rd. Indians up by 4. Hobson looks at a long 3. Just a hair too long. Yeah. Riley has the rebound inside, kicks it back out to Smalley. Luke drives, stops, and travels again for the 3rd time tonight. A traveling violation against Smalley.
Yeah, got to keep those feet set when he pivots around. Harwell being very handsy with him on the defense, but refs are letting that one go.
So nice hands by Dunn, tap the ball out of bounds. Look out. It was like a souvenir. The ball ends up at my feet.
Dan Hubbard will inbounds.
Should have signed it before I gave it back to him.
That's right.
The basketball now. It's going to be Harwell.
So here comes Harwell with the ball in the backcourt. 5 minutes to play here in the quarter number 3. Zink in the corner. 3-pointer. No. As Riley Parker has the rebound on the shot, missed by Guntner. There goes Hobson, another great feed, lay it up and in. Hobson, he reaches double digits.
Yeah, Luke, good job of dribbling with his eyes up. Sees Hobson streaking to the hoop.
Back to a 6-point advantage for the Indians, 41-35. Zink with it in the left corner. Back to Harwell. He looks at a three. That's too long. Rebound off inside. The putback goes in, comes out, stays out. Tough break for Gentner. Rebound off to Tyler Parker to Smaley up into the front court. Smaley gets run into, no foul. Hobson with it in the left corner. Can't get a shot, so he'll drive in the paint. Now he's fouled. That's going to go on Zink.
Let's see.
It is against Zink, and that's three.
Hobson be a lot more aggressive offensively here in this third quarter. We kind of need that with Hyde out of the game.
Go ahead and take the ball in at Rogers. He only has one foul.
Yeah.
First one is good. Flashman will come in. Zink will leave with his 3 fouls. As Hobson back to the free throw line. He's made 3 out of 3 so far tonight. He stays clean, makes 4 out of 4. He now has a dozen, and it back to an 8-point advantage.
Yeah, I'd like to see us get Scotty Dunn going a little bit too here, Dan. He's been quiet since that first quarter.
Gentner, Flashman, backdoor pass is too tall and through the hands of Rogers and out of bounds.
Yep, unforced turnover there. The Indians are the beneficiaries. Now we'll see full court pressure from Century. Kind of soft pressure.
They drop out of it fairly quickly as Smaley will now walk the dribble up into the front court. Comes to Dunn on the right side to Tyler Parker. Swing it back over to Hobson. Another 3 from the corner. Can't get it. Smaley up high, but couldn't control it. Knocked it out of bounds.
Too bad. Yeah, Cooper had his feet set on that one. Looked good. Just a little strong.
I'm actually a little surprised and impressed by the hops of Luke Smaley going up that high to try to get the rebound.
Yeah, Smaley can really get up in the air for a 6'2" guard.
Here comes Rogers, lays it inside, the easy layup inside for Gentner.
Rogers a good passer for a big guy.
He moves well with the ball and without it. Smaley drives. In the corner it goes to Dunn. Scotty goes over Rogers. That's no good. Rebound to Gentner, and Hobson on his back will draw his 3rd foul of the night. So the 2 big guys in the lineup for the Indians, Hyde and Hobson, have 3 apiece.
Yeah, Cooper will sit here for a little bit, and
Garrett Ward comes in.
See Garrett and Tyler Parker along with Riley Parker now on the floor. So both of our seniors in now.
Shugard back into the game as Andrew Gentner goes back to the bench for the Diamondbacks. Smoot with it, looks out top, comes back to Harwell, wants a 3, goes up over and out of bounds.
Yep, up over the top.
3 minutes exactly to play in the quarter. Indians up 6, 43-37, as you see on the scoreboard there on our picture on the video feed on mylocalradio.com. Glad to have you with us tonight. Dunn. Oh, that's going to be a hair short. Nice rebound by Ty Parker. Goes back to Smaley, and he's fouled on the drive. About to be a ball out of bounds that they hold him, as the foul's going to go against Harwell, his first.
Yeah, Harwell.
I'm sorry, they give him 2.
Yeah, hold on the perimeter. Good shot for Scott Dunn, just didn't go. It was an open 3, top of the key.
Smaley with it, drives again on Harwell.
Oh,
Harwell, nice hands, takes it away.
Yeah, quick hands.
Now he'll start to push. Defenders are back, but he'll pull up, kick it in the corner. Smoot for a 3, no good. Ty Parker with good position. Gets it out to Smaley. Look ahead of everybody, lay it in. Nice good break by Smaley. Got ahead of everybody, and he got the layup on the nice pass.
Yeah, Tyler Parker with a good 2-hand outlet pass down the floor.
Smoot. Harwell for 3. Good. Wow, that's pure. That gives him a dozen and a timeout on the floor. 2:06 to play here in the third. Timeout. We'll take one here as well. Back right after this on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
For details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that 20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Five-point lead again for the Indians, 45-40.
Indians will try to steal a couple more minutes with Hyde and Hobson both out. As long as they can maintain a little cushion, and Coach Jones will leave those guys on the bench with their 3 fouls apiece.
And again, another soft full-court pressure shown by the Diamondbacks, and again, they fall out of it rather quickly. So Smalley brings the dribble across the timeline. 2 minutes to play here in the third. Goes over to Smalley, back over in the left corner. Smalley fakes, now goes down the baseline, challenges the man, and goes over him and in.
Yeah, boy, I thought they could have called the foul. Oh, the Century kid was up and down pretty vertical, but Smalley showed his athletic ability on that layup right there.
Got it up over Andrew Guntner for the layup. Harwell, Ken's going to get the shot, goes to Flashman, kicks it back out. Smoot will take the three. That's no good. And that's tapped out of bounds. It'll stay with the Diamondbacks.
One of those rebounds where about 4 different guys from the two teams all swung at it, and then the refs say, okay, we'll give it to Century.
Harwell brings it in from underneath his own basket. Comes all the way back out top to Shugard. Back to Harwell, looks at a three again. Thought about going up, didn't, and now pull the offense back out. Yeah. Shugard, left side, free throw line extended. Harwell goes down into the corner. Shugard can't do anything with it. Now he wants to drive, lay it off to Flashman, who gets an easy layup around both the Parkers. Flashman with 4. 5-point lead with 1 minute to play here in the third. 47-42, Preston. Again, Smalley drives. It goes again off the glass, a little too strong, as coming down with the rebound was Gantner. As Harwell will skip the dribble up into the front court with 40 seconds to play. Comes to Smoot. Flashman in the corner doesn't get a shot. From behind the screen, now dribbles out from behind it as Harwell. His three is no good. Rebound inside and a foul as the putback put up by Gantner. And the foul's going to be on Garrett Ward. That'll be his first.
Yeah. I like the fact that Luke's taking the ball to the hoop with Rogers out of the game. The rim protector out, and Luke going right to the hoop.
First one is good.
Second shot coming up. First time we've seen Nate Manning. Oh, he's coming in.
Nate Manning will come in. He ran onto the floor. He forgot he's got to check in first.
So Coach Frost kind of smiles and teases him a little bit there.
Well, you don't get to play much. You're excited to get on the floor.
Yeah, that's right.
Gantner makes them both. Now he'll leave. He has 7 in the game, and with 32 seconds left here in quarter number 3, it's a 3-point lead for the Indians. Smalley walks the dribble back up into the front court. Waiting there as Hudson Williams back into the game as well, number 3 in purple. He has the duty of guarding the ball in Smalley. Clock down to 14 as they work for the last shot. Now with 11-10, Smalley will really put the ball into motion as he drives, hangs, 13-footer, needs a roll. No, inside rebound, Parker, yes! Riley Parker with 9 gets the buzzer at the bucket rather at the buzzer to end the third quarter. Preston leads by 5, 49-44. Back with quarter number 4, sponsored by Webb Funeral Home right after this on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
To shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com.
Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
Well, fourth quarter just about to get underway, sponsored by Webb Funeral Home. They've been assisting the folks of Franklin County in their time of need since 1925. Ball belongs to the Indians to start the quarter. They lead by 5. As it comes to Hyde back into the game, Cooper Hobson back into the game as well. Both of those individuals 3 fouls each. Smaley drives along the baseline. No, Hyde right back into the game. His putback is in.
Third time tonight, Ty has cleaned up a miss around the basket, just put it right back up and in.
Johnny on the spot, indeed. Harwell in the corner, driving the baseline and a foul.
I guess they got Riley, not Ty.
Yeah,
yep,
should go against Riley. That's just his second, team's 4th.
Yeah, Riley's really playing well tonight for the Indians, but yeah, still a little better for him to get it than Ty pick up his 4th right here.
So Andrew Guttard's going to go back to the line and shoot 2 as he makes the first.
Missed the first.
I'm sorry.
So Garrett Ward, the only one of the Indians out there, is not one of the normal starters. Garrett in for Scott Dunn right now.
He makes the second. He's got 3 out of 4 on the night. So here comes Smaley with the dribble up into the front court. Riley Parker comes to meet the ball, turns, shoots, no good. Ward got a hand on it. Look out, little guy.
Little kid got ran over.
I was just walking along here, and this big guy in a white uniform about run me over. Ball goes back over to the Diamondbacks. As Harwell brings the dribble up into the front court. Back to Guntner, now back to Harwell. In the corner, nice pass, but however, Hyde up high, got a hand on it and swatted the pass back out of bounds.
Yeah, Indians kind of laid back in his zone, and all of a sudden they jumped out into pressure. Almost got the turnover there.
Zink back into the game. He also has 3 fouls. Now back to Rogers, 17-footer. Needs a bounce, won't get it. Inside, gets his own rebound, falls away, and a late whistle on the foul.
Yeah, he was already sitting on his backside when the ref blew the whistle.
That's going to go against Riley. That's 3 on Parker now. So Hyde, Hobson, and Riley Parker all with 3 fouls apiece and a timeout on the floor. 32nd timeout called here by Century. Webb Funeral Home's been assisting Franklin County residents, as we told you, in their time of need since 1925. When you need their professional and understanding care, stop by their modern full-service facility just off Highway 91, just south of the Preston city limit. Their doors are open for any of your questions and concerns anytime. That's Webb Funeral Home.
So, Dan, the Indians came into the fourth quarter up 5. They've had an exchange of baskets. They're up 6 here. You look for Century to probably continue to try to slow it down, shoot those threes, work it into Rogers.
I'd say work it into Rogers and try to get Hyde into deeper foul trouble that he's already in.
Yeah, Hyde down there talking to Mike Cardona, the official right now, having a laugh, but I hope I guess a laugh's better than a bad conversation.
That's
but
right.
Ty in the game with 3 fouls. We hope he can finish this one out.
First one bounces high in the air and no good.
Rogers, Dan, finished the first half with 16. Didn't score at all in that third quarter. He's still sitting on 16.
Makes the second. Gives him 17 now tonight, as it's down to a 5-point advantage again for the Indians, 51-46. Smaley, skip pass back to Ward. Wants to go around Smoot. 8-footer from the baseline is good.
Good move by Garrett Ward.
They're about the same size, and Garrett got the shot up over the top of him. Smoot gives it back to Harwell. Now back out top to Gantner, back to Harwell again. Back in the right corner, it goes to Smoot. Down low to Rogers. Tries to draw contact, but then travels. Everybody sitting behind us was calling for an elbow because he turned left and put his left elbow right in the middle of Ty's chest.
Yeah, and Riley Parker there as well to wall off the paint. And About half the gym were joining in with the refs calling the travel on that one.
Dunn back into the game. Riley Parker will go to the bench. Smalley gets it up to Hyde in the front court as they break the press easily. Comes back to Luke. Dunn in the right corner for three.
Ooh.
No. Smalley has the rebound. Harwell swatted away from it. It'll stay with the Indians underneath their own basket. 6:10 to play here on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard in the fourth quarter, brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. Ty comes out to meet the ball. Gives it to Dunn. Back in the corner for Hobson. Takes his time and throws it.
There we go. It's Hobson's first made three-pointer of the night. Comes at a good time for the Preston Indians.
It does indeed. Gives him 15 and ups the lead back to 10 again. 56-46. Harwell to Smoot. Down in the corner to Zink. Almost left his feet. Back to Harwell. Rises for three. Good. Deshaun Harwell now with 15, and again full court pressure after the made basket. Hobson up in the front court, goes to Dunn. Scotty drives, sees Rogers, so he stops, kicks it back out to Smalley for another three.
Ooh.
No. Rebound inside, it's loose. Rogers has it, gives it to Harwell. He'll pull up for another three. That was partially deflected because it ends up about 4 feet short, and it's saved on the floor, controlled by the Diamondbacks. In the corner, Gantner, his shot no good, and a foul inside.
Now. Let's see what they got. Should be Century over the back.
Smoot was there. Smalley's pointing the way of the Indians as this is going to go to Preston.
After a conference with all three officials.
Whose foul over the back is, like you said, Lyle, against Cody Smoot. That's 4 team fouls now against the Diamondbacks, 5 for the Indians. As full court pressure, again they get it in. Up in the front court it goes to Hyde, back to Dunn. Dunn 1-on-2, so he'll pull it back out and set up the offense.
Good job of breaking that press.
Dunn with it, left side, free throw line extended. Lobs it inside to Hyde, he's being held, no call. And the deflection comes off to Gantner. They run up into the front court, back to Harwell. Stops, top of the key, doesn't shoot. Comes over in the left corner. Now they bounce it down low. Again, Rogers, his shot is short off the front of the rim, and it's going to go back to Preston.
Yeah, good defense by Ty Hyde. Now they're really letting Hyde and Rogers bang down there.
4:39 to play here in the fourth quarter, sponsored by Webb Funeral Home. 7-point lead for the Indians, 56-49. They again able to break the press fairly easily. Look out, as Smalley almost dribbled back into Harwell's reach. Hyde walks inside. That's a
probably travel. Yeah, probably travel.
Only changed direction so many times, but now coach wants a timeout. We'll take it here as well. 4:25 to play, 56-49. Preston on top. Back after this timeout on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
A higher level of precision and accuracy, that's what the new Naveo Robotic Assistance System at Franklin County Medical Center provides you. Whether you're in need of revision, partial or total knee replacement, the new robotic assisted surgery technology at Franklin County Medical Center allow knee surgery candidates the comfort of knowing that their knee surgery will be performed with confidence, improving the function, feel, and longevity of your new knee. Learn more about the new robotics machine at fcmc.org. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence meet.
You know, Lyle, we've talked about all the things that made this game so important tonight for the Indians. The one we haven't touched on is the fact that they have a loss in conference, and Century doesn't.
Yeah, if our fans haven't caught up with that one, we're in a new district this year. We're at the Great Basin. There's 10 teams. We're in the East Pod, and along with Century. And so Century, being in their East Pod, will play them twice, home and home. Critical that we can defend that home floor and put a loss in district on them and keep us at one loss.
And only 3 teams out of the 10 are going to go to the state playoffs later in the month. As Rogers got away with another travel, but it makes the little layup around Hyde. That gives him 19 in the game. They break the press again, back up into the front court. Indians leading by 5 with 4 minutes exactly to play here in the fourth. Sponsored by Webb Funeral Home. Swinging around, back to Hobson from the left side for 3. No good. Rebound is off. Harwell has it up high as he pulls it down, puts the dribble to the floor quickly. Back up to Rogers, lay it in. Nobody saw Rogers run the floor, and he got the layup. Back to a 3-point game.
That senior connection, senior Harwell, the senior Rogers.
Up into the front court. Well, they got it to Hyde, almost intercepted, as now it is intercepted by Zink. Back to Harwell, back up into the front court. Harwell looks at a three, doesn't take it. Inside, Rogers being guarded by Hyde. They get it to him on the left block. Comes to Gantner, back to Harwell. Swinging around back to Smoot. Smoot steps inside the arc, now pulls it back out to Harwell again, and he'll back it back out. Looks at the bench, gives him a wink to acknowledge that he has the play. Back out top to Gantner. Again, doesn't shoot. Back to Smoot. We go under 3 minutes to play here in regulation. Back to Harwell. They'll set up the offense again. It's kind of a box offense with Harwell out running. Now gives it back to Smoot. Smoot down in the corner. Bad pass. Deflected. Taken away by Ty. 2-on-1. Ahead to Dunn. Scotty lay it in.
Yep. Ty Hyde picked up the loose ball there. Good outlet pass.
Back to a 5-point lead. 2:30 to play. In the corner, Gantner drops it down to Rogers, lay it in. Mismatch as Ty went out to guard the man in the corner. Dunn, back out to Hobson, had to go through his hands, and he's knocked down from behind. As Gantner will draw his third. 5 team fouls for each side now here with 2:17 to play.
Yeah, both teams playing really hard right now with a lot of energy and aggression.
And we have a timeout, this time called by the Diamondbacks. 2:17 to play. Take our last timeout. We'll come back right after this on AM 1340, mylocalradio.com.
Interest on your money? If so, Hudson State Bank has the account for you. This is Shelley Austin, and I'm here to tell you about our MyRate checking account. It is a free checking account that can earn a high rate of interest on the first $25,000. The rate is even higher than that of most savings accounts. So stop by and visit me at our Tree Mountain branch, or go to our website at ls-bank.com and ask us how you can qualify for this high interest rate on your checking account. Lewiston State Bank, a division of People's Intermountain Bank, member FDIC.
Resetting the scoreboard with the Indians up by a 58-55 count, 2:17 to play. Both teams with 5 team fouls each here in the fourth. Ball into Smaley. Riley Parker comes out to meet it. High, down low, gets the foul. He'll go to the free throw line, but he can't get the shot to roll in.
Yeah, and they'll get Rogers. Not a whole lot of contact on that one. It was nearly as much as we've seen on other shots that haven't been called.
Exactly.
Ty will get a trip to the line.
That's 2 on Rogers, but 6 on the team, so the final 2:09. Century is out of fouls here in the half. Ty's first one is good.
Yeah, that was a set play coming out of that timeout. They got it to Riley Parker in the high post. He immediately turned and fired it down to Ty on the low block.
For Hyde, he's led the team in scoring twice this year, had 15 against Wood River, and he had 19 the other night against Rigby, and he makes both of them here.
Right, Century quickly down the floor there and got it inside to Rogers, but Ty knocked it away. Century ball out of bounds.
Ty now with 15 in the game. 5-point lead again, 2:04 to play here in the fourth. And Harwell needs a timeout because he can't get the ball in bounds. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Franklin County Medical Center. The Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back on your feet and back in the game, or back to work, or back to a normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medical and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you a treatment plan designed to get you back on your feet. So if you're struggling with health and need some help, call today. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence meet.
Yeah, I'd like, of course, thank Franklin County Medical Center, all of our sponsors.
Absolutely.
The Ron Keller Tire scoreboard, and then the Webb Funeral Home fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter, sponsored by Webb Funeral Home, absolutely.
Now the Indians up 5. They'll be defending Century of bringing it under their own basket, under Century's basket. You got to think they're going to Rogers or Harwell here.
They line up 2 by 2 at the elbows. Harwell still holds, gets it in the corner. It comes to Gantner, who brings it back out top. Smoot now work it over to the right side, back to Harwell for 3. It's too long. Tapped inside 2, 3 times before Hobson finally able to control it. Gives it to Smaley, gets the ball back up near the timeline. Somebody's got to come and help the ball, but Riley Parker all alone, lay it up and in.
Luke double teamed, found Riley right under the hoop.
They saw the pressure being put on, and all the defensive men ran toward the timeline. Back at the other end, a quick jumper by Max Rogers. Gives him 25. Back to Hobson quickly, back down the other end for the Indians. They'll set it back up. 1:25 to play in regulation. Back out top to Parker. Swing it back to Dunn. Left side back to Schmaley. Hobson cuts through, back to Scott. Swing it back to Riley Parker. Hobson runs the baseline, gets in the right corner, back down to Hyde. His layup no good. Rogers has the rebound.
Well, I like that move.
1:05 to play. Back up into the front court. Rogers for 3. Needs a bounce, won't get it. Tapped her 2, 3 times. It's going to go to the Indians, as Gentner was the last one to touch it. 1 minute exactly remaining here in regulation time. Fourth quarter sponsored by Wet Funeral Home. The pass to Dunn goes through his hands and out of bounds. A turnover.
Yeah, we got a little sped up there. A little too quick with the passes.
Remember, Century is out of fouls, so they opt to start fouling to get the ball back, trailing by 5. It'll be free throws for the Indians. Harwell steps into a 3, foul against Schmaley.
Yeah, I realize you don't want to give up a 3 to Harwell, who's made 2 or 3 of them, but you got to let that one go.
He's going to shoot 3 free throws here.
Yeah, anytime you jump at the man and swing your arm on a 3-point shooter, they're probably going to call you.
So Harwell makes the first. Each team's now out of fouls. That's 16 fouls against the Indians. Just 2 on Luke. Second one's good again.
So, yeah, they're going to give him one more as he was fouled on the 3-point shot.
Yep. He's whittled it down to 3. He's got one more shot. He can take it down one more peg. And he does. It's a 2-point game with 49 seconds to play. Full court pressure put on by Century. Comes to Dunn to Hyde. One bounce dribble up into the front court. Goes to Riley Parker, back to Dunn, back to Schmaley. Back to Dunn. They come out to pressure the ball. Dunn drives. 35 seconds and a timeout. No, the timeout. They're going to call a foul on Smoot. Okay, so that's going to be free throws coming up for Dunn. 17 fouls now on the Diamondbacks. That's 2 on Smoot.
And Dunn's first trip to the line here tonight.
Dunn will shoot the 1-and-1. First one is good. So now he gets the bonus. 34 seconds left. Indians by 3. Dunn can make it a 2-possession game. Short. Zink has the rebound. It stays a 3-point game. Guntner up into the front court. Watching the cutters go through to Rogers in the corner. Drives the baseline. Put up no good. Zink with the rebound and he's fouled.
Yeah. I think Riley was trying to save a layup there, make him earn it from the line, but
Parker will draw the foul. That's his 4th. And Carson Zink will go to the free throw line and shoot his first 2 free throws tonight with 20 seconds left. First one is good.
Boy, no problem on the first one. Zink, that's only his 3rd point on the night, but he put that one through with no trouble.
Ward comes back in. Riley Parker leaves. That gives the Indians a little bit more ball handling ability. Zink's second also rolls in. Back to a 1-point game again. Ahead to Dunn. Taps it forward. It's taken away by Rogers. Rogers on the drive. Lay it off to Gantner. Foul. Basket counts.
Boy, what a disastrous turn of events for the Indians. The pass to Scott Dunn was too long, too high. Rogers picks it up, finds the cutter for the hoop and the harm.
Foul goes against Hobson. He now has 4. Canton at the free throw line. Good. Completes the three-point play. It's a 2-point lead now for the Diamondbacks with 14.8 seconds left as you get a look at the scoreboard here at Preston Gym. Full timeout, which gives us a chance to remind you tonight's game is brought to you by West Motor Company. And they are the place to go when you're in the market for a new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or even a Dodge truck. Why? Well, it's simple. They make you feel like it's home sweet home. That's because they treat you right and they give you the best deal they possibly can. If you call Cache Valley home, stop by West Motor Company and welcome home.
So Preston Indians down 2, 14.8, 15 seconds to go. They'll have to go the length of the floor. You think they're going to get it into Smaley most likely. Probably a high screen, and then we got to get something going to the basket. So if you miss that first shot, you have enough time to try to get an offensive rebound and a putback. You don't need a 3, down 2. 2-pointer will be fine. Tie it, put into overtime, but just got to take the first good shot you get going to the basket.
So here we go. Out of bounds, baseline backcourt. No pressure here put on by the Diamondbacks. The ball comes to Smaley. Up into the front court. Luke drives, turns, inside, put it up. Can't. Ty Hyde with the tag-back rebound. Basket, and we're tied at 65.
Century wanted an offensive goaltend, offensive interference.
And now they'll call a timeout. Will Century with 7.2 to design a play to win it at the buzzer. It's a full timeout. Luke Smaley drove to the basket, put it up off balance and missed, but Rogers had left marking Ty and came out to try to block the shot, and that left Hyde all alone for the rebound and the put-back basket.
Yeah, we talked about that. That's the 4th or 5th time that little play's been there for Smaley and Hyde. Contact with Smaley on the shot, no foul called. Hyde way up high over the rim to put that back in. And now the Indians will have to play defense without fouling, as the Indians are in the bonus. Century will go to the line with a foul.
Tonight's game brought to you by S&T Electric. When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter at the guys at S&T Electric should always be your go-to crew. Whether it's new construction or repair work, service or new installation, you know your electrical work's been done right when it's done by S&T Electric. That it's what they do. 7.2 left, tied at 65. Ball belongs to the Diamondbacks, baseline backcourt. Rogers stands at the top of the key at his offensive end. Zink will bring it in.
Indians no pressure on the inbounder, but pressure on the dribble now.
Rogers comes to meet the ball, and a timeout again called by the Diamondbacks, now with 4.9 left.
Yeah. Right as Harwell dribbled it off his foot, Coach Frost called the timeout.
That's lucky.
So they got it into the front court, the Diamondbacks did, and now they've got 4.9 to work with here in the front court.
So now they can set up a more reasonable play here with basically 5 seconds left.
Yeah, you got to think they'll get it to Harwell, their senior guard. Harwell's been starting since his sophomore year, even played varsity as a freshman, so he's their most experienced ball handler and guard by quite a bit. And then you got to think they'll look for Rogers as well. Rogers has been their high point man tonight.
So is that who you want to take the last shot, one of those two people?
As well as Harwell's been shooting it from the outside, I think that's where they'll go. Maybe set a high screen and roll for Rogers and see if he can roll to the basket and get something.
So the ball will be out of bounds, right in front of the scorer's bench, basically right in front of us.
70-70 with 1:49 left in the game at Highland.
4.9 left, tied at 65. A foul will mean free throws for either side. Smoot to bring it in. Rogers comes to meet the ball, but they have to bring it in the backcourt as it goes to Harwell, who drives, stripped away, take it away. Smaley with a long heave, and we are going to overtime.
Boy, we'll take it after being down 2 with about 15 seconds left. We'll take overtime.
So they stripped it away from Harwell before he could go up. It was very obvious that he had full plans of taking the last shot.
Yeah, he wanted to work for that little 15-foot fadeaway that he loves, and Smaley right there to grab it away from him.
So here's how overtime works. They put 4 minutes on the clock. Each side will have 2 timeouts during the overtime period. The team fouls roll over to the overtime, so 8 team fouls against the Indians, 7 against the Diamondbacks. And if we're tied after 4 minutes, we'll do it again.
Bonus basketball, the Indians going into the fourth were up 5, so Century outscores them by 5 in that fourth quarter. But now we get a new lease on life, 4 extra minutes, and Indians with a little momentum right to finish the fourth quarter there.
Didn't mention that the fouls also roll over to the overtime, so Ty has 3, Cooper Hobson has 4 for Century. Guntner has 3, Zink has 3, Rogers has 2. So here we go, they'll jump center to start the overtime period. Rogers against Ty Hyde. They will have to turn around and make sure they're facing the right direction here.
Everybody walk to the other side. Okay, here we go.
So we're ready to go. Hyde and Rogers. Rogers won the opening tip to start the game, but Hyde wins this one as he taps it back in the backcourt as it goes to Hobson, who hands it to Smaley, who walks the dribble up into the front court. Back to Hobson at the right elbow. Swing it back out top as it comes back to Smaley again. Back over to Ward, who's in the game to start the overtime. In the left corner to Smaley. Back out top to Hobson. Holds it up over his head momentarily. Now he'll look and put the one bounce dribble back to Dunn here on the near side. Hyde comes out to meet the ball. Now back to Smaley. Back to Hobson. Looks at a 3. Looks good. It's good.
Boy, great time for Hobson to hit his second three-pointer of the game.
68-65, Indians lead here in overtime. It comes to Gentner. Doubles it back out top. Taken away by Smaley. Ahead it goes to Ward. Ward sees the defenders are back, gives it to Hyde. He's fouled. He missed the layup, but he's going to go to the line.
Luke Smaley with great defense to end regulation on Harwell there, then grabs that steal and makes another positive play on the defensive end.
Foul goes against Carson Zink. He now has 4. And Ty to go to the free throw line to try to extend the lead. First one, good. By my chart, Ty has made 6 out of 7.
Yeah, that's what I've got him for. He'll line up free throw number 8 here.
3:04 to play in overtime. Ty missed the second, tapped around, it goes to Rogers in the backcourt. Look out, Cooper, you got 4, you got to be careful.
Don't want to pick up 5, 90 feet from the basket we're defending.
4-point lead, 2-possession game. Zink back to Rogers along the baseline, shot no good. Hobson has the rebound, gets it back to Smaley. Smaley will push back up into the front court. Drives through a double team, gets it back to Hyde, who just simply puts the ball in the hip and says, hold on, let me catch my breath. Now gets it back to Smaley. Harwell goes down. Smaley goes around him. Take it back out. Ward for a 3 from the left side. No good, and a foul inside. That can be on Smaley or Hobson.
I think they'll get Smaley. Let's see here.
It is against Luke.
Yeah.
That's 3 on Luke. So 1-1 back down here at the other end.
Yeah, Garrett Ward made a 3-point earlier in the game. Stepped into that one confidently, just couldn't get it to go down.
Zink will go to the line to shoot the 1-1. He's 2 of 2 so far on the night, and his first one here is good. Now he'll get the bonus to try to cut it back to a 2-point lead again. 69-66, 2:25 to play. Zink made them both. So a 2-point game. Look out, ball loose in the backcourt, picked up by Hobson. Hobson runs right through one man, gives it to Hyde. Ty way out away from the basket, gives it to Smaley. Smaley dribbles against Harwell, reach-in foul against Harwell, who doesn't like it.
Yeah, a lot of reaching and grabbing, though, by Century throughout that whole defensive possession by Century, actually.
Harwell takes 2 chances to walk by the official to tell him what he thought it was of his call. Luke Smaley will go to the line. That's 3 on Harwell. 1 and 1 for Smaley. Each team now with 9 tonight. 9 team fouls. Smaley's first free throw attempt of the night is good.
Good rotation, good arch. Let's see if he can knock down one more here. Luke lines up free throw number 2.
Second one is good. Makes them both. He has 9, and it's back to a 2-possession game again. 71-67. Smoot out top. Down to Rogers. Backdoor to Zink. It's off his hands. He loses it. Picked up by Ward. 2 minutes to play on the turnover. Here comes Smaley up into the front court. Back out top to Ward. Gives it back to Smaley. Back to Dunn on the left side. Free throw line extended. They double team him along the sideline. Harwell takes it away, but a foul on Harwell.
Yeah, Scotty, good job of selling that call. He was fouled, but he made sure the ref knew he was fouled.
That's 4 on Harwell, and that puts the Diamondbacks into the double, out of fouls, and that puts the Indians, I should say, into the double bonus. So Dunn will go to the line to shoot 2. First one is good. That makes it a 5-point game again, 72-67. Make it or not, it's going to be a 2-possession game here. Scott makes the second, gets it to roll in.
Indians 5 for 6 from the line here in the overtime period thus far.
1:40 to play. Zink turns from the right elbow. Shot no good. Hobson has the rebound as it comes back to Smaley. Up to the timeline, it comes to Hyde. Ty dribbles up into the front court, terminates the dribble, gets it to Ward. Now back to Hobson. 1:25 to play. And again, Harwell takes it away, but he cleared out with the offhand. This time they don't call it. And he missed the layup.
Yeah, Harwell
goes out of bounds. You go in and you reach in with your right hand for the ball. You take your left arm and you clear out. That's a foul every time, but they didn't call it.
Yeah, and then Harwell did not use the backboard and missed the layup.
And then he tries to bounce it off Hobson, who catches the ball and steals it. And now he's tackled from behind by Harwell, and he's out of the game. That's 5.
That'll be 5 for Harwell. He'll be done.
So a silly play by Harwell, where he almost
Yeah, Harwell
makes the problem worse, and now he wants to jaw with Hyde.
Yeah, he wants to say something to Hyde.
Rogers walks into the bench wisely.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, Harwell was running out of time on the 5 count, and instead of trying to get it to teammate, tried to throw it off of Hobson's leg. Cooper just caught the ball. So thank you.
So this will be 2 shots for Cooper Hobson. Six-point lead. Cooper makes the first, makes it a 3-possession game with a 7-point lead. 19 in the game for Cooper. Make it 20 as he makes them both. Quickly up into the front court come the Diamondbacks. 1:10 to play. 75-67. An 8-point lead here for the Indians. Gantner for 3. No. Long rebound is off, picked up by Smaley. Hustles it up into the front court. He'll cut it back and let the clock run. Throws it over to Dunn on the left side. Back to Hyde out near the timeline. Back to Smaley in the corner. Now they're going to play keep away. Back to Hyde. Back out of the timeline. 45 seconds to play. Back in the corner goes to Hobson again. Back out to Hyde. All the way back out to the timeline. They have to foul him. And it's Rogers to come out and commit the foul. That's 3 on him.
Hyde will go back to the line, shooting 2 in the double bonus here.
8-point lead, 3-possession game, and Ty can take what is a virtual win and make it almost a sure win here as he makes the first.
Yep, got it up on the front lip of the rim, rolled it up and in.
Ty now with 19. Hobson has 20 tonight. And now Ty also because he makes both free throws.
Ooh,
up into the front court. It's a 10-point lead as it's off the hands of Smoot and out of bounds. It'll go back to the Indians with 33 seconds left.
Yeah, Hobson's defense and rebounding have really helped here in the overtime.
So it comes back to Smaley. He'll walk the dribble up into the front court. 25 seconds left. They really don't have to shoot. They can just let the clock run out.
Looks like Century's not going to foul, and that'll probably be how it ends.
And they're just going to let it run as the Indians are going to outscore the Diamondbacks in the overtime period 12-2, and they're going to win it by 10, 77-67 as Smaley stands in front of the student section and just claps his hands, and that game is in the books. So the Indians defend the home court. They hand Century their first loss in conference this year as they win it 77-67 in overtime. A well-played game, an important game for the Indians to win, as in the fourth quarter tonight they played well and into overtime as well. We'll come back and talk about it on the post-game show. Stay with us. It's next on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com. This has been Preston Indians basketball. Tonight's game has been brought to you by Webb Funeral Home, Lewiston State Bank, Franklin County Medical Center, My Local Radio, West Motors, Stokes Market True Value, S&T Electric, Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, Idaho Salvage, Ron Keller Tire, Valley Implement, and Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Now stay tuned for the postgame show. Coming right up.
As the seasons change, it's a good time to take a close look at your car and truck tires. Check the tread and look for signs of uneven wear. If you have a question, stop by Ron Keller Tire and have one of the tire experts take a look. If you need new tires to get you safely through, they'll help you select the right tires for your vehicle and driving style. With a huge inventory from several manufacturers, Ron Keller Tire can care for your tire needs at a price that's right. You can trust all your tire needs to Ron Keller Tire in Preston and North Logan.
We're not your ordinary grocery store at Stokes Market and True Value in Preston. We see every customer as a friend and a neighbor. Stokes Market and True Value offers a clean, bright, and modern store with the freshest meats, produce, and bakery. In many ways, we're still old-fashioned. We still bake from scratch, and our bakery items are made in store. You'll never see meat with an ingredient list because our meats are all natural and cut in store. Stop in today. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock. Stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today.
Welcome back here to the postgame show as the game forced to overtime as the Indians go to overtime for the first time this year. But they outscore the Diamondbacks 12-2 in the overtime period and win it 77-67. We knew it was going to be a tough game between the third and fourth seeded teams, or third ranked teams in the state in the 4A level, and we got exactly what we asked for.
Yeah, boy, neither team gave an inch. Preston got a little momentum at the end of the fourth to tie it up, and then in overtime really won that thing at the foul line in overtime as Harwell fouled out and Indians were aggressive taking the ball to the basket. But this Century team, boy, when we play them up there, that's going to be a battle royal. We haven't seen the last of Century, but a great win here at home to protect that home court and put a district loss on the Century Diamondbacks.
Yeah, for the Indians, they've now won 66 of the last 91 home games, and they certainly had to go out of their way to win it here tonight. They got big performances from Hyde and Hobson. We'll take a look at the stat sheet coming up. But maybe the most important performance was by Luke Smaley.
Yeah, boy, Smaley had a lot of ball pressure on him. Harwell, who's very athletic, he's a really good defensive back on their football team, was right in Smaley's mug the entire game. Luke still came out of it with did fine scoring, but a lot of assists, a lot of rebounds. Great game for Luke.
And let's give a call to Riley Parker, who silently, very quietly, ends up the game with 11.
Yeah, great game for Riley. We didn't really see a lot of him in the overtime as we went for a little smaller, a little more ball handling, but he played good interior defense, and like I said, those 11 points were huge in an overtime game. You got to have every point you can get.
Yep, exactly. Speaking of points, we'll take a timeout. We'll come back and look at the final stat sheet right after this on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
Nationally recognized community health center that provides patient-centered health care for everyone. From newborn to complicated care, Health West is always accepting new patients in Medicaid, Medicare, insured, and even if you don't have insurance. Available in 8 locations throughout Southeast Idaho. Call 208-852-3200 for an appointment in Preston. Health West, empowering our patients and communities by providing quality, affordable health care.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Welcome back. The Preston Indians win it in overtime tonight, 77-67. Look at the stat sheet. Here's Lyle Fuller.
Yeah, I don't have all the Diamondback stats, but I think Max Rogers, their 6'7" senior center, went for 24. Deshaun Harwell, he knocked down 18, and then you got some scoring from Zink, Gunter, some of the other guys. Fleischman got a few points. In the final score, the Diamondbacks put up 67. Of course, they got 2 in that overtime period, 65 in regulation. For the Preston Indians, balanced scoring tonight. Dan, you like to see that. Ty Hyde, he knocks down 6 out of 11 two-point field goals. He goes 8 for 10 from the line, 20 points for Ty tonight. Luke Smaley was aggressive driving the ball to the basket. Didn't get all those to go. He was 2 for 10 on 2-pointers, 1 for 3 on threes, and 2 for 2 from the line for 9 points. I've got Luke with 4 rebounds and 7 assists to go with those 9 points tonight. Scott Dunn, 1 for 4 on 2s, 1 for 5 on 3s. 3 for 4, though, from the line. A couple big ones right down the stretch will give Scott 8 points. Cooper Hobson, 20 points for Cooper tonight. He goes 4 for 5 on 2s, most of those layups. He goes 2 for 7 on 3s and 6 for 6 from the line for those 20 points. Riley Parker, as we talked about, he was efficient. 4 for 5 on 2s. He goes 1 for 2 on 3s and doesn't shoot any free throws. We'll give him 11 points to go along with 5 rebounds. Cooper Hobson also 6 rebounds, Dan, tonight. Rhett Robertson played but didn't score tonight. Garrett Ward came in and played well for the Indians. We'll give him 1 for 1 on 2s, 1 for 2 on 3s, and 4 for 4 from the line for 9 points. The stat that really jumps off the page at you, Dan, tonight for the Indians, 23 for 26 on free throws. So, in that overtime, it was mostly free throws, but overall, 23 out of 26 is great free throw shooting from the Preston Indians. And they come out of it with a 10-point win, which feels comfortable, but it didn't feel comfortable with about 15 seconds to go in regulation when the Indians were down 2.
No, exactly. That came away with a big basket and a big steal at the end of regulation to force overtime, and then they come up big when outscore them 12-2 in the overtime period. Tied game in and game out. We talk about inside-out play. It really wasn't the inside-out play necessarily, but certainly the 2 players you look to, Ty Hyde and Cooper Hobson, leading the way with 20 each.
Yeah, 2 guys who are leading scorers on the year came up big tonight again. Hyde got most of his off of offensive rebounds and putbacks. Rogers' length bothered him a little bit in there, but Ty's still very productive, obviously, 20 points, and I've got him for 6 rebounds as well, so good productive night for Ty. And then Cooper Hobson struggled to get going from the outside, but he hit a couple threes there in the second half and got it going, which helped the Indians a lot.
Haven't seen Coach Jones come out. We'll squeeze in our last break. We'll come back and see if the coach comes out of the locker room and we'll tell you about what's coming up next for the Indians. We'll do all that right after this on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
When the farmers of Franklin County rolled equipment into the fields for harvest, most of them were rolling on Ron Keller tires, because Keller Tire has the right tires for tractors, combines, swathers, bale wagons, and the trucks that haul hay and grain to market or storage facilities. To keep that equipment rolling during the busy harvest season, Ron Keller Tire also has a fleet of service trucks that make repairs in-field to minimize downtime. Best wishes for a safe and productive harvest from Ron Keller Tires in Preston and North Logan.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that 20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search KASASA.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Well, still haven't seen Coach come out of the locker room, so we'll go ahead and we'll wrap up tonight's broadcast. Lyles, let's get a couple of final thoughts from you before we say goodnight.
Well, 2 big wins for the Indians this week. In district play, you get a road win against Burley and a home win here against Century. Just what you want to do going into the break. And, championships aren't won in December, but you want to get better every game. You want to get better. And I think the Indians did that a little bit tonight and want to keep that arc progressing in the right direction for February and hopefully some March play, which would be the state tournament. So Century's been tough, as we talked about maybe off the air a little bit in the opening. Century's always been a tough team for us. Yes. Anytime we beat Century, we feel good. And a good win here over a very good Century team.
Yeah, you're starting to talk a little bit. You sound like a baseball announcer. You can't win a World Series in April, but you can certainly lose it.
Right, you can certainly lose it.
So we'll wrap up tonight's broadcast on a good win tonight for the Preston Indians. For the Preston boys, they now head into the holiday break. Their next game isn't until next Saturday, December the 29th, as the Indians head to Blackfoot to face the Blackfoot Broncos. You can catch that game on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and the video feed on mylocalradio.com. The executive producer of Preston Broadcasting Sports is Val Cook. Our studio coordinator tonight was John Beverly. Special thanks to Zach Fuller for running our camera for our video feed this evening. So until next Saturday, I'm Dan Hubbard for Lyle Fuller, thanking you for joining us tonight, reminding you of the final score as the Indians have to go to overtime, but they beat Century by the final score of 77-76. Until next Saturday, have a very happy holiday, Merry Christmas, and we'll talk to you Saturday night. And until then, good night, everybody. Thank you for listening to the Preston Indians postgame show. This broadcast has been a production of Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and was intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Use of any portion of this production, its accounts or descriptions, in whole or in part, may not be used or rebroadcast without the express written permission of Preston Broadcasting, LLC.